Yeah, and then you got KD and Kyrie.
Woo! T- what's up with that boy? What's up with Kyrie?
I don't know. Jesse, that's your boy.
I actually never didn't see the interview podcast.
Well, it was a small clip, but I think what we all know who he was talking about, and I think Blevins and I were talking about it a little bit, and Blevins mentioned jealousy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you mention jealousy?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's exactly what it is. At some point, like he chose to leave Cleveland because he wanted to be the man. He couldn't be the man in Boston because he just didn't like it didn't work out. And a lot of it, if not
Being a
all of
leader.
it, was him. He was the one, right, that caused that. So it's an interesting dynamic now being with KD, but then I kind of feel like they're kind of a good fit because KD kind of has those tendencies sometimes, but I do think KD is, above par when it comes to like elite athletes. And so I put him up on that pedestal with LeBron. So it's going to be interesting throughout the season to see how their relationship plays out. Because I don't think KD's about KD might slap him. He seems like that type. Because KD's from DC. They don't play. He might stomp a Nike boot in his face
To some go-go.
to some go go. Yeah. So if he falls out, what is it? If he gets out of pocket,
So basically what happened is, they were on KD's podcast, and Kyrie, for the most part said that KD is the first player that he's had on his team in his career that he can give the ball to and feel like he doesn't have to go get the shot and be clutch. He would be able to go and do it. And it's like everybody's like, you had LeBron James on your team for years and years, and you guys won a championship together. And KD is the first, not the best, right? I could understand if he was like, props to LeBron, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I feel like KD, okay, cool. People will probably still have something to say, but at least you acknowledge the man. This dude didn't even acknowledge him. He said he's the first player that he's played with that he feels that way. And then he said, Steve Nash, first time head coach, all this stuff. I feel like we don't have a head coach. Like I could be the head coach one day. KD could be the head coach, another game. This person could be the head coach another game. It's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And I don't think really Steve Nash, I don't know. I can't speak for the man, but he's been around the league, right? So he understands these type of people. And he's worked with KD before when he was a consultant with the Warriors, so he understands these players. But I, I don't know how he's gonna deal with them. I really don't.
I feel bad for Steve Nash.
Really,
Like I feel bad because what a first job to have. Most coaches start off like, you might get the Indiana Pacers or the Pelicans, a startup team, Sacramento Kings. So much expectation. So I mean, to me, it's like title or bust for them. And you
or at
have
least a
two
deep playoff run for sure. Yeah,
at least, but it's just gonna be involved with so much drama throughout the year, and he's just gonna be questioned the whole time. Like, is it you or is it Kyrie who's really leading the team? So it sucks for him. And then yesterday, so in LeBron's press conference, they were talking about coaching, and I know LeBron was talking like he was taking a shot at the whole coaching comment that he made because he's like, you got to respect your coaches, and he was kind of praising Frank Vogel, obviously, and he's always been a coachable player. So obviously, we know where that was coming from. At least I think so. And it's true. Like there is no Michael Jordan without Phil Jackson. There is no Kobe and Shaq or Kobe and Powell without Phil Jackson. Like even great coaches like Popovich, Rudy Tomjanovich when he won with the Rockets. Um, Spurs fan over
Spurs
here.
fan.
Carlisle like with the Mavericks. Like there's good coach like none with the Raptors. Like it takes
Yes.
a coach to organize a team and create plans, strategies, and put players in the positions they need to be. Even if you're like the star player, you still need somebody to help you with the role players and create like plans and strategies. So that was just out of pocket. Like I can't believe he said that. Disrespectful to Steve Nash.
Steph.
What do you think,
But
Jesse?
I saw him trying to clean it up though, saying how the internet is just painting that narrative.
It's like you brought this on yourself. You did not. It's on your stuff. You know what I mean? Like you didn't go on ESPN. You didn't go on Fox Sports. Like this is you. You made the decision to open your mouth and say this. You had the choice on how it is that you wanted to answer that question. So nobody spun it. This is all on you, buddy.
Yeah, I think though in the season, I think personality wise, KD and Kyrie are probably going to mesh. Nash is probably going to be fine. I think like the personalities are similar, and I think they're just going to hoop. They're just two hoopers that are just going to ball, and they just want to they just want to have fun. So I don't think there's going to be as much drama as there
You,
were. I think
you
Philly
know
would
what
have more
that
drama.
situation reminds me of? Now that you say that, I'm not gonna say whether I don't know where I stand in terms of whether there will be drama or not, but it reminds me of the Clippers because the Clippers last year made it to the playoffs. Nobody expected them to.
Mm-hmm.
Scrappy bunch. They played hard. You know, they played the Warriors hard in the playoffs and all that, right? And they lost. Then they bring these two superstars in, and you know the environment is not the same. Their identity is not the same. And then now Doc Rivers is gone. Obviously, I'm not saying that I think Steve Nash is going to be gone after his first season. But what I'm saying is same concept. The Brooklyn Nets, scrappy bunch, fought hard last year. This year they trade away D'Angelo Russell. Different identity. Kyrie comes in. We hear all these things, and then now KD's going to come back. New coach. They got rid of Kenny Atkinson, who was a really good coach and did a really good job there. But then now the identity's changing, and the star players are kind of like running the show. So I think that there's potential for the star players will get along, but for them to rub their role players the wrong way, and we may
Yeah,
see some friction, from that standpoint.
they still have Levert, right? Next year,
Mm-hmm.
For now, and Dinwiddie for now, and Jared Allen for now, and
DeAndre.
Joe Harris for now. DeAndre Stan, because that's KD's boy, so they brought him in for that, or because of that. But they have a really good young core, some shooters, some really good players that can help the team win as like complementary pieces. But I would not doubt that either of those top players or both of those top players may rub those guys the wrong way.